Hello, beautiful family, and welcome back to the channel. I don't have a script written today because this episode sucked, so we're just gonna talk about it. On this beautiful day, Mark has decided to take Mina shopping and also to meet one of his old friends, Diana. Diana works in this clothing store. Her dress is adorable. Mark says he brought her here to spoil her a little bit and let her go shopping, and then the girl asks, "Hey, has Mark bought you a BMW yet?" And Mina's like, "Huh?
Did you get the BMW yet?"
Come on. Don't tell her about that.
Mark goes, "Well, I did buy one for my daughter, Jordan. And also, you know that girlfriend that I had that I didn't tell you lived with me?" He's like, "Oh, we've had some crazy family drama, so I just wanted to bring her by and just let her hang out a little bit, let her shop."
No,
Everybody gets a BMW.
No.
What do you mean, Mia?
What do you mean? You bought one for your daughter and your ex-girlfriend after you were only dating for a couple of weeks. Mina's gasp has been flabbered. She's like, "Are you kidding me? He's never mentioned this to me. We've been dating for 5 years. What do you mean a car?"
You're gonna have the Maserati and the Aston Martin.
Oh, you're gonna throw out even more expense.
All right, I want to know what is going on with Mina's wig. This has got to be the ugliest one I have seen so far. I don't understand. She's been there for quite a while. Why hasn't he taken her to get her hair done? Why hasn't he taken her to get her nails done? This little boutique can't be cheap. Take her to a salon.
I introduced my best friend Jade to Mark, and they completely hit it off.
If you notice, Mark seems to have a type. Mark takes off with baby, and Diana starts spilling all the beans about Mark and Jade.
Oh my God, I met this beautiful woman in France, and she reminds me of Jade.
So apparently, she left him. He was heartbroken. He never really got over her. And then he ran to Paris, and he calls up Diana, and he's like, "I met this girl in Paris, and she reminds me a lot of Jade. I think I like her."
He wanted someone like Jade, I think, because he was still in love with my friend. Honestly, I don't think he got over it.
Mina looks shocked to be hearing this information, and Diana just keeps on dumping.
Mark was devastated when Jade and him broke up. He was just lonely. I think he really wanted to have a family again. I was a little bit concerned after that because I just felt like he was trying to substitute her.
Yikes. Is she just trying to stir the pot, or is she actually looking out for Joan? It's hard to say. They've been together for 5 years now. They have a kid. Like, why is everyone trying to split them up? I love this dress she has on. Did she get the dress at that boutique? I want to know what boutique it is. Mina wants to know what happened and why they broke up. And she starts saying, well, once he moved her into the house along with her son, and Mina's like, wait. They live together? So apparently Mina has asked him in the past if they'd lived together, and he always told her no.
She was living with him here in
He told me never leave and with the Jade.
When Mina learns that Mark moved this woman in along with her son after being told by him that no, they never lived together, they had separate houses in this location, she's dumbstruck. It's literally like he replaced the exact version of her. And again, we've got this lady dropping all of this news on her. She can see how shocked Mina is to hear it, and she's just got this big smile on her face like, haha, isn't it funny to learn he's been lying to you all these years?
It was fast, very fast. He moved her in and her son.
Mina wants more information, so again, she's asking, why did they break up? What happened? Mark told me that she never wanted to move with him to New Hampshire, so they just separated.
But that's not the only reason. There was a few things.
Well, unfortunately, that's not what happened. According to Diana, Mark was cheating on this girl while she was living with him in the house.
He was cheating on her essentially when they were living together.
Mina's like, this is insane. I don't know that Mark. This is not the Mark that I know. This isn't something that Mark would ever do. And again, with a big old grin on her face, look at that thing. Diana tells cameras that she believes Mark is taking advantage of Mina. Just when you think it can't get any worse, Diana tells Mina that Jade was the one that got away. He was in love with her. He's never really gotten over her. You're basically just a rebound chick.
Because I don't think that Mark's being very honest.
She also tells Mina that in the beginning of her relationship with Mark, Mark was still trying to talk to Jade.
When you guys were talking in the very beginning, he was still trying to be with her.
You stupid, stupid man. Why would you ever think it was a good idea for her to meet Diana? Mina is devastated to hear this news. She said, this is 5 years of my life that I might have wasted with this man who's been lying to me all this time. Diana tells Mina it would be in her best interest to meet Jade and clear the air.
I'll give you her number because I don't think that that Mark's being very honest with a lot of things.
Mina ends up trying on some outfits. She looks sensational.
All white top, all white belt, and all white jeans, body looking like milk.
I think it's important for me to talk with Jade because I'm married her.
Mark comes back to pick up Mina. When they get into the car, she tells him straight up she is mad, she's angry, she feels like he lied to her.
I don't know what Diana told you, but I know I didn't lie to you about anything, so you tell me what she told you.
She's like, Mark, you never told me that she lived in your house. And he's like, well, yeah, I did. He's just laughing away. He's like, man, I don't know why Diana would say those things about me.
I never asked Jade to marry me.
Because you know she never accepts.
She tells him that right now she feels unsure about the status of the relationship. And he goes, well, I don't know what else to do. I guess we can talk about it more, but I'm done talking about it.
Today we can talk more about it if you want. I don't know why Diana said all that, but I'm done talking about it right now.
And like usual, he just runs away. Now some time has passed and Mina is texting Jade. Jade has agreed to meet up with her, so she's getting ready to go out. She looks so freaking good.
I thought you were joking. You're serious about this?
No, I'm very serious.
Mark is having a hissy fit because Mina's leaving to talk with Jade. Just huffing and puffing. In the car, Mina tells us that if she finds out Mark has been lying to her, she will go right back to Paris. Moving on, we're with Sarper and Shekinah. Look at the seals. These two little lovebirds are getting ready to meet Shekinah's daughter, Sofie. Sarper, however, is very nervous, so he's outside practicing his stand-up comedy.
I'm making something that make her to laugh. She's doing that at me.
Sarper says he loves being on stage, he loves the attention, but he can't dance anymore. Shekinah would never let him, so instead he has to do comedy.
Silence of a woman. It is just like the silence of the lambs, you know? Hannibal Lecter.
Sarper, I already told you I don't like it when you make fun of my face. Shekinah, you know that's not what I meant. How come you never laugh at any of my jokes? But it's a good thing because if I ever go on stage and nobody laughs at me, I will be prepared thanks to Shekinah. Guys, Sharpie is like super funny when he's out in the wild. I love his Sarperisms, but he's not funny when he's trying to be.
I laughed at myself and I listened to
I
myself.
can see that.
I love it, Shekinah. I love doing stand-up. I make myself laugh all the time.
This is the day that most important two person in your life.
I know.
Meeting.
Sarper has prepared for them to all go whale watching. He's never seen a whale before. I hate conflict and I usually run away, but this time I must take it head on, like a man. I am so nervous and anxious, Shekinah, but I am your new modern man.
And it's up to me right now. But I feel so nervous and anxious. I hate that.
Sofie arrives and Sarper compliments her on how beautiful she is. I also want to mention that Shekinah posted on her Instagram that her daughter didn't want to be on the show and Shekinah pressured her to do it. Why would you do that? They go out on the deck to check out the seals, but it's super duper windy. So Sarper takes them to the front of the boat. You guys, we went outside on the boat to look at the whales and there was a huge wave and we got wet and now we're cold.
We go out and get splashed with a huge wave.
Can you guys believe that I was wet and cold at the same time? Poor Sarper is feeling like he just ruined the day for everybody and then he starts barfing.
Sweetie.
I feel like such an idiot, Shekinah. I can only make a first impression one time and I blew it!
Oh, poor baby.
I hate you.
It's gross.
You're gross. Sarper comes over and apologizes for this horrible powwow.
It's comical.
His faces, oh my gosh. After the boat ride, Sarper again apologizes to Sofie. Sofie is very sweet, she's soft-spoken, she's a little bit shy, but she tells him she really wants to see him try and mend the relationship with the other family members, especially Shekinah's sister. I think her name is Shariah.
I get to have so many interactions with you, with me being in a boarding school.
It is so weird looking at her because she looks exactly how Shekinah used to look. And she's beautiful. The only difference is she has a low brow and Shekinah has her brow lifted way up on the outside.
Prove yourself to my family. I want more of like a better impression for all of them.
It's really funny how her and Shekinah and Sarper are always trying to smile even though they're uncomfortable. And then she just drops the smile instantly. Sarper is feeling overwhelmed and he is scared. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to get everyone on his side.
And right now, everything is on me. Always, every day,
new burden.
Moving on. We're with Gregory and Joan in the park doing some exercises. Joan is a little bit worried. She's starting to gain weight. That never happens when you come to America. Pfft. So she tells Greg they need to start exercising and getting toned up.
Oh my God. My balance is terrible too. Where'd you go?
I don't think Greg has done a lunge in his entire life. And he doesn't think she needs to exercise either because the thicker that badonkadonk, the happier he'll be.
Thicker your booty, the better. But I feel like this is too thick.
Joan tells us she wants a dress that's nice and tight so everyone can see her body, yada, 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 yada. Joan tells us that in Uganda, her and all of her friends are in really good shape. Everyone is very active there. I think she's trying to drop little hints to him like, dude, you're not in shape at all. And I don't like it.
How we do it in Uganda.
Oh, okay.
But Greg tells her he would be happy to work out with her 2, 3, 4 times a week. Greg asks Joan how she's feeling after yesterday and does she still really want to go back to Uganda. She's like, yeah, if you don't get a job, I am going back to Uganda.
I still want to go back if you don't get a real job.
I don't know, it just hurts, baby. It really does that you would say that.
She's like, yeah, Greg, you're not taking anything seriously. I gotta lay down the law or else you're not gonna do anything. And he's like, well, guess what? I got a call back for an interview. I'm going to an interview.
I have an interview.
Where?
Working for the state facilities assistant.
She's like, if you don't have a job in 2 weeks, I'm done and that's it. And he's like, no, that's not even enough time for them to respond to the interview. Like, give it a month. And she goes, okay, 1 month.
It could even take up to a month.
Okay, let's wait for that man.
That's crazy. I don't even, that's...
Joan tells us that she had to get serious. She had to lay down the law with Gregory, otherwise he would have never stepped up and been a man. Greg is terrified to learn that if he doesn't get a job, she's gonna leave. Well, I can't believe that she doesn't trust or believe in me. This is really hurting my feelings.
I'm trying to understand where she's coming from, but it's just putting a lot of pressure on me.
But he reassures her that he's going to go to that interview and he's going to ace it and he's going to get that job. Moving on. Well. Last but not least, we've got Stevi and Mahdi. On this beautiful evening, Stevi is taking Mahdi to learn how to blow some glass. I have never done this before, but it looks so cool. Okay, so I didn't realize until this episode that these two have only spent 1 week together in real life before he moved here. And they got engaged to get married. That is something else.
They actually helped me pay for my plane ticket to go to Turkey.
Why couldn't you pay for your own plane ticket? I am not surprised at all that this is the guy teaching them how to blow glass. Oh my gosh.
Dave's not here, man.
Bro.
At least you know who you want to marry. That's a big part of it.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oof. This guy is just always in this state of discomfort. Has he felt peace at all since landing in America ever? I'm wondering if he's praying still. Why are there buttons on his bicep?
Mahdi was a little bit scared. I'm the polar opposite of that. I've always kind of lived life on the edge.
So Mahdi and Stevie are on this double date with some of her friends doing this glass blowing thing. And her friend is wanting some information and some details on the wedding and the relationship. And Stevie's like, well, I don't really know. I don't know. And her friend's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that?
Why aren't you telling me wedding plans?
Because I don't know the wedding plans yet.
And I agree. Stevie is acting weird. She has this kind of smile on her face. It looks very forced. She looks very uncomfortable.
Stevie, you want to go to the gift shop?
Yeah.
This is so awkward. She pulls her into the gift shop and she's like, lady, what is going on with Mahdi? Something's wrong. She tells her friend that she had promised herself previously that if she had any doubts in her mind, she would absolutely not go through with getting married. But now that Mahdi is here, he's been saying things that are giving her a lot of doubts.
Before Mahdi got here, there was zero doubt in my mind. But then after he got here, he said things and I was just kind of like...
So she's like, should I get married? While she's having this conversation with her girlfriend, Mahdi is having a conversation with the other boyfriend. He tells his friend that originally he was very, very homesick. And Mahdi believed that he was going to be able to handle this transition a lot better than he is. He's learning that being away from his family is a lot harder than he anticipated.
She's nervous. This is her forever as well.
I think that Stevie is so nervous and scared because she was burned so bad by her past relationship. I don't know if it was her ex-husband. I think she was married already before, right? She's probably just terrified of getting hurt again. Stevie tells her girlfriend that she really wants Mahdi to make up his mind whether or not he wants to stay in America, but actually it might be her who's freaking out and not Mahdi.
I'm not gonna cry. Don't cry.
You need to cry. Did you know that when you cry, your body releases cortisol? The cortisol is literally in your tears. When you cry, you are releasing cortisol out of your body. let yourself cry.
If I don't have 100%, then I'm not going to give 100% to someone that doesn't want to be with me.
Yeah, I think she was burned. I think she was taken for a ride. She was taken advantage of. She's scared to give her heart away again.
Been waiting for him to prove to me that he's 100% on board with getting married.
He is 100% on board. He's just hurting. He's having a hard time. He hasn't been there that long.
I'm starting to question whether this is something that I want to do or not.
You haven't asked yourself that before he got here? Now it's the next day. Mahdi's getting ready to hang out with Stevie's dad at a monster truck show, and he's packing up the wedding ring.
Have you ever been to a monster truck show before?
I don't even know what that is.
Dad pulls up in his trusty Toyota and they're ready to hit the road. And Dad certainly is not doing very good. He is wobbling and hobbling out of that truck. He does not look good at all.
Don't remember that one.
What? Say it again.
Trying to go through my past, you know, any around him, been in there. Don't remember that one.
If there weren't subtitles, I would have no idea. One more time.
Seemed a little strange. Somebody call your dad, you know, trying to go through my past, you know, any around him, been in there.
Go through my past is the only thing I understood. I think it's very interesting and kind of weird that the dad would decide he's going to take Mahdi out on this man date instead of taking both of them out, like just all of them hanging out together, getting to know each other. I'm sorry, guys. My nose is itching. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. After I learned that Mahdi and Stevie had been basically just dating and seeing each other for 1 week prior to them getting engaged, something's wrong. I saw some comments. I don't know if it was in my video, but someone said, I think Mahdi's a plant. And I was like, no, he's not. He's not a plant. But now I'm like, wait, 1 week?
I plan to repropose to Stevie to show that I'm 100% committed.
Mahdi tells us that originally when he proposed to her in Turkey, it wasn't really following the guidelines that she's used to. So he wants to repropose to her, ask her dad for her hand in marriage, and get his permission.
Wow, already, huh?
I know that not all monster truck shows have been created the same, but if you haven't been to one, you need to go to at least one. They're pretty fun. Mahdi says that he feels like an imposter among all of the other people. Dad is making small talk with Mahdi, talking about racing and his own interests, and then they are told to stand for the national anthem. After the song, Mahdi turned to the dad and said, what song was that? And the dad's like, that's our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. He says, if an American team goes to Iran, they will play the song, but it won't be televised. So the only way you could hear that song is if you were at a live showing and listen to it yourself.
The trucks start coming out and they're just raving.
There isn't much small talk going on this man date, but it's no surprise the cars are very loud. Oh, son, you think that's loud? Wait till I take you shooting. I'm gonna give you my 44. Woo! Talk about power. He admits that after a little while, he lost his excitement. It wasn't as good as he thought it was gonna be, and I get it. I didn't see any of these guys doing any tricks in their trucks. They were just going over the ramp. Those guys can do some pretty cool things if they wanted to.
I would go watch if I was like in my 60s or something.
We don't know how long they stayed at the show, but dust started getting kicked up in the arena. So Mahdi asked the dad, are you okay? I can't remember what's wrong with the dad. Do you guys remember? Is it a lung thing? Because he was like, hey, are you okay? Should we go? On the way out, Mahdi tells dad how much he appreciates him taking him out. He says, I don't have any friends. I don't have any family. So it means a lot to me that you're taking me out.
So it just makes me like feel better. So it really means a lot to me.
Mahdi's demeanor. He's very soft-spoken. I believe that paired with this country mindset that dad has, I think it makes for a good relationship between dad and Mahdi.
I'm fixing to propose to Stevie really soon.
Dad is very nervous. He knows that they haven't spent very much time together, but he can see that Mahdi is a good guy and he wants the best for his daughter, so he is a little bit tentative, but he was also tickled that Mahdi approached him in this way and asked for his permission and his approval. Dad starts doing his hillbilly, and before he can say anything, Mahdi's like, look, I got her this ring. Dad's a little bit nervous. He's a little bit scared. He's like, how long until you guys get married? And Mahdi tells him soon. I want to get married to her very very soon. Doesn't say weeks or anything, he just says soon. Dad asked them how much time they've spent together, and Mahdi says in Turkey, they spent a week together. That was over a year ago. And now he's been in America with her for about 2 weeks.
It's important for people to really get to know each other good before they make that decision.
Dad is very scared because they haven't had enough time to get to know each other, and he's already hearing that Mahdi might want to go back home. Oh, my nose is itching, you guys. Help me, help me.
When times gets hard, I mean, it's not just back out because time starts getting a little bit rougher.
Yeah. Mahdi reassures Dad that there is no way he's going back to Iran. He already decided he's committed to Stevie. He reassures Dad that he will love her, he will take care of her, he will provide for her, he will be her everything. I'm going to hide the subtitles and you're going to tell me, what is he saying?
You sound like you got, like your heart's in the right place and like your head's getting there.
Dad tells us that Mahdi asking for her hand in marriage left a really good impression on him. It made him feel like he really does care about his daughter. In the next episode, Stevie will take Mahdi to Sin City. I don't know if that's Vegas or what, but he's probably not going to like it. I guess everything went okay with Mark and Mina because here she is in her dress. I really like Jessica's dress, but Stevie's dress, is it not clasped together in the back? Why is it so unfitted on her body? It looks like an actual tent.
It makes you look old.
And then Joan will try and tell her mother-in-law or mother-in-law-to-be that she needs to get out of her own house more.
You're always home. I think you should go more.
My nose is itching really bad. Guys, why would she ever say that to her? Is she trying to get Greg to break up with her or something?
Testing her patience.
Are you testing my patience?
Why are you testing her patience? I think she's pissing off the mom, hoping that the mom will kick them out. And then it cuts us to a flashback, or maybe it's not a flashback, maybe it's a flash forward of Juan at a bachelorette party. Stevie will introduce Mahdi to one of her friends who she tells him she painted nude.
Painted Claire nude.
Why haven't you told me that?
I didn't think it was a big deal.
If she wasn't bisexual, this wouldn't be an issue, but she is. She's crossing a boundary with him. Mina will learn that her son still can't come to America.
I'm not married.
Wait, Mina, come on.
And Sarper takes off, like a dog running away from Shekinah's apartment.
Said, oh, tomorrow you're going to be my husband. And he was like...
I mean, did you just drop that news in his lap? Did he know that you guys were getting married tomorrow?
So we're going to go try to find him.
Oh my God, Sarper.
And that's it for this one, you guys. I love you. Thank you for watching till the end. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.
I say I eat beats, I don't nibble. About to take all like a missile. Please listen to what I say, gon' be critical. Come out, tell you the Chico. Yeah, I said Chico, not Chino. No more, my lord. Get out my shit on my sword.